mind me asking, can you talk more about your sexuality and how you identify with that every single day?
Sure. Yeah. Sexuality is dope. I'm
So is sex.
yeah. I mean, I'm transgender and proud of it. So I've been dealing with like gender identity and all of that stuff since I was like a little kid. Um, so yeah, I just kind of like to think of people as not a label and not a box, and just like as humans and equal, because I think it's kind of bullshit that we put all these labels on ourselves and all these boxes to box people in. And yeah, that's kind of what I believe in. So I'm here for that.
So in terms of setting the tone, you've definitely done that with your show Transparent. A much, even if it's controversy, it's still making a difference in some way. So I guess now that it's sort of at this chapter ending, what are you hopeful now going forward, especially with 2020 aligning, which is a very, very important futuristic year?
I think what I've found in the business is there are so few trans people that every time there's a trans question, people sort of need to like check in and ask me like, what do you think about this trans question? I just feel like there really need to be trans people everywhere at all levels, not just trans talent, trans writers, but at the network, at the newspapers, the editors who are making decisions about who's writing the stories, who's photographing the stories. It's like there just needs to be sort of trans saturation everywhere and queer saturation everywhere. And the sooner that happens, I think the less people are going to start feeling like they're other, or they're pointed at, or they're picked out to be like a token or to be like the proof. Like, I think trans people, queer people just want to be we want to be the subject and not the object,
Let's talk about writing as just art, and also the way it's been going through some waves right now, don't you think?
Writing?
With firing agents and not feeling like they're represented, but it's such a underrated art.
Listen, I've lived through 8 strikes and lost 2 network series because of them. And so the Writers Guild has always had sort of an activist bent. But this one is weird because it's they're trying to change the entire structure of the business. And it will be interesting to see how it plays out, because now they have to go bargain with the traditional opposites at the networks and the studios, and now and the new platforms. So it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that, with this system they're trying to dismantle. So I just sit back from high atop Mount Sinai and look down at them.
Well, it's good to see you at tonight's Equality Awards, which you know more than anybody how important that is. So talk to me about your connection with equality.
I've been an elected official for almost 2 decades, and this organization is celebrating 20 years, and both have gone by in the blink of an eye. I think the things I'm proudest of having been a part of link exactly to the work that Equality California has done, not only for the LGBTQ community, but for all of us. And there were times when the days moved slowly. Now the years seem to be moving quickly. And it's really extraordinary, and a reminder now that no matter what victories we bank, there are still struggles today. 13 trans women of color who have been killed this year, a White House who is actively not only hostile but taking away the rights that we have fought for. So just because we live in LA, just because we're in California and we can feel proud of that, there is tomorrow's struggle, but tonight is to celebrate. I always say to activists, don't let 20 years of progress stop you from actually celebrating just because there's something more to do.
Good point, shared space, because some of us want to kind of escalate, be richer, be more famous, be more known, be smarter. We've always had that competition growing up, but to know that other people out there want the same thing as you, as if we work together, that's what's important. So I guess, what advice can you give to people who maybe feel that way, isolated, and you want to tell them, hey, no, do this to get more involved in the community? What's maybe helped you that you
for people to get involved, or people who feel like they're isolated?
A little bit of both.
For people who want to get involved, I'd say that now is now. It's great to talk about it. It's great to say I want to. It's better to say I am. So I would say that. And then for people who are feeling isolated and feeling outside of the box, don't give up. Because there are enough compassionate beings that the dent will be made. The foundation of that kind of like structure of isolation can be toppled, but you have to keep going.